All right, we're recording. We're ready to go. Here, cue the music. Hello and welcome to Morning Fuel. I am your host, John Bundy, and you are here because you believe in the power of the spoken word and its ability to change lives, and that by sharing our stories, we can help others to overcome challenges that they cannot overcome on their own. Whether it's a victory you need to win in business or in your own personal life, you understand that the answers can be found in listening to others who are willing to share their stories, knowing that their story ultimately doesn't belong to them. All right, today's guest, a Texas native, graduated from Texas A&M University and earned his MBA from Texas Christian University. His career brought him to Virginia Peninsula in the early 90s. He left the area in 1998 to move to Michigan and later Texas. He came back to the peninsula 16 years ago with his wife Susan and two daughters Charlotte and Julia. While he misses regularly eating Texas barbecue, he truly has become a lover of soft-shell crabs. When asked how he stays productive, he replied, "Who says I'm productive? Seriously, I track my tasks the old-fashioned way with handwritten notes." He has been quoted saying, "Pay attention to people and events in the community, especially when you don't see an immediate connection with your business, and have a solid plan that considers financial and operational goals. Be ready to work at any time and stay positive." Please welcome to the show, Scott Acker. How's it going, brother?
Good morning, John.
Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Good to have you here. Nice to have some company other than the ladies in the morning. It's great. We met at a networking event.
Yeah, as I recall, could my memory's feeble, it was at Sam's hot dog stand.
Was that right? Okay.
I definitely remember meeting you that
Okay.
day. Maybe that wasn't the first time.
No. And I know there was at least one other networking meeting, and then our wives got to meet over at the freight shed at Yorktown. We were at a York County Chamber of Commerce function.
I remember
down
that
there.
now. Yes, that was before. Yes.
Yeah. And then looking forward to Yorktoberfest coming up here. I've never been to one. I almost went a couple years ago. I guess it was canceled for 2020 because of the disease that will not be mentioned.
No need to mention it.
Yeah, no, right. So your family well? Everybody healthy?
Yes, we've all been vaccinated, and my daughter Charlotte, who's a sophomore at Virginia Tech, always gets sick at the beginning of every school year, and this
Gotcha.
year was no exception, but it's just a normal flu. Did
Okay.
keep her down for about a month, but we're all relatively healthy now.
Okay, good, man, good. Well, great to have you here. So, Chief Operating Officer of the VA, do you say Virginia or do you say VA?
We say Virginia. Our
Okay.
official business license is for Virginia Peninsula Media, and then when we went to make our URL and our logo, it occurred
Right.
to us that Virginia Peninsula Media
It's just long.
is it's a lot of letters. So
Yeah.
we said, we'll just do VA.
Fantastic. So, Virginia Peninsula Media. What does a COO do? Or what do you do?
Everything except create content, essentially. My wife, Susan Smigelski Acker, who's editor and publisher of Virginia Peninsula Media, is the creative genius behind the organization. She creates virtually all the content that you see, either in the magazine or online in the newsletter, and I edit it, make it more online, visually impactful for online presentation, and then help with the layout of the magazine.
No, wait a minute. Online, you're the pencil and paper guy. How's the online thing going? Do you have to get your daughter to show you how to do things too?
No, but I did have to consult an expert for sure.
Okay.
That's been the biggest area of new learning for me, that and how to deal with state, local, and federal government regulators.
Really?
But it's just a lot with the business license and tax returns, but learning how to configure a web page and a newsletter.
Sure.
Work in MailChimp. That's our
Right.
weekly email platform. Work in WordPress for our website.
Okay.
That was all new learning.
So are you doing the website and the back end of that and all that
Yes.
stuff? Okay. Yeah.
Even some coding.
Oh, look out. Yeah, I copy and paste coding.
Me too. It still counts.
So the Virginia Peninsula Media, do you do more than the magazine, or is that primarily the focus?
The magazine is our flagship product. We have a website that complements the magazine.
Okay.
So typically when a new magazine issue comes out, there'll be website content that complements it. And then once every Wednesday, we send a newsletter, weekly e-newsletter.
Okay.
That's on a subscription basis, free subscription.
And the magazine itself is free as well.
That's right. All of our products are free. Our sole source of revenue is advertising revenue. And we have advertising in all three platforms: newsletter, website, and magazine.
That's fantastic. Now I heard the story from your wife. It was kind of her brainchild for quite a while before she started. She noticed something about the peninsula. What was missing?
Well, it goes. If you go back far enough, it's a long story. But I suppose in my mind, starting out, it was when she was an editor of Tidewater Parent magazine, which was owned by the Virginian Pilot. That was a large regional Tidewater-wide magazine for raising your family. And her primary role there was events editor. So they had an extensive calendar. Every day of the week you could take your family to go see outdoor music festivals, carnivals, art shows. And she really loved that. She was very good at it. And then that job kind of petered out. They stopped publishing Tidewater Parent magazine. And it wasn't too long later that Chicago Tribune Corporation purchased the Virginian Pilot in Norfolk and the Daily Press here in Newport News. And right away, the consolidation started in their reporting staff. The reporting for the Peninsula specifically began to deteriorate. Front page of the Sunday break section was inevitably something to do in Virginia Beach, something to do in Norfolk. And then, so she began to start talking about we need to have a publication for the Virginian Peninsula. And then just last year, they ultimately sold the Daily Press specifically to a hedge fund, private investment group. And they have completely closed, the Daily Press has completely closed all physical presence on the peninsula. They have no reporters here anymore. And so we see an opportunity now to not only step up our coverage of entertainment and lifestyles for the peninsula, but we're seriously considering going into news.
Wow, fantastic. Good. Is that someplace that you both want to go, or is it this needs to happen?
Well, we want to go. There's certainly a community outcry for it. We see a need, and that's our business. So you got to jump on the opportunity. The big obstacle for it is, in this first year and a half that we've been in business, Susan and I have been able to do. And Yulia.
It's only been a year and a half.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
And our design house, our graphic artist Yulia Hildebrand.
Love her. She does fantastic work.
And on many levels, not only the quality of her creative work, but she's also very key team player. She helps us strategize. So the three of us have managed to run it so far. But if we open a serious newsroom, we couldn't. Susan and I couldn't do that.
Not yet, right? You just have to have the right team.
Yes. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So that's what we're scratching our head about. Do we want to? How serious do we want to expand into this, and how fast?
Sure. And with the social media the way that it is, it can go very fast.
Yes, it's media by definition, fast moving. It follows the social trends, which never stop developing.
Never stops. So the newsletter primarily was you. That was all you. You had to put put that together? You
Yeah,
put that together? That's the email newsletter?
right. Susan
Okay.
still prepares that. We cheat a little bit. We use press releases, or in many cases, if it's an event at a park, the promoter will provide us a lot of the material.
Right, so you have the content.
Yeah, so we just have to
Just kind of laying it out.
Yep.
All right, all right. So now you studied to be an accountant. So how is it moving from accounting to news and entertainment and all that?
Well, in a lot of ways, this team between Susan and I worked out perfectly. She's very creative, as a tremendous talent as an artist, and convey information in the written form and
Right.
verbally as well. I'm the analytic guy.
Gotcha.
Math and science and numbers and spreadsheets and
Right.
finance and accounting, and so that
Perfect team.
makes it well for she can be creative, and I get to do everything else.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Sarah and I were it was a flip for us. She's the analytical, she does the admin and the numbers and all that stuff, and then I'm creative, and she's got to clean up my mess.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah, the creative types do tend to be sometimes messy.
Right. So the current format of the magazine is kind of like a thin newspaper. Is that pretty much what it is?
12 to 16 pages. It's on newsprint. It's freely distributed in 80 locations in Newport News, York County, Hampton, and Poquoson.
Fantastic.
Trying to think we have a rack right up here at Sweet Frog on
Okay.
George Washington Memorial Highway. We used to have a stack at Grinnell's Kitchen, but I believe they're closed now.
Oh wow. Okay.
Not sure.
Not sure. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So talk to us about that quote that I mentioned in the intro about paying attention to people and events in the community, especially when you don't see immediate connection to your business. How does that? What do you mean by that?
Well, Susan has taught me that skill. She's a people person, and I am more of the personality type or the brainwave type. That say I meet a new person. So for example, when I met you, you strike a visual figure. I never
Sure.
have forgot you
Right.
after I met you for
It's
the
the beard.
first time. Yeah, well, yeah. You're just a very memorable person. You stand out in a crowd, and. Now, if it was Susan, she would connect with you, talk to you, and even if there were no immediate connection of how maybe you could help us, our
Right, I
business,
gotcha.
she will continue to engage with you, learn about you, and perhaps explore ways that she can help you, and then we'll help each other sort of develop a collaborative relationship. I'm more of the kind of person where if you don't, like I do a morning podcast. Oh, well, that's media. I'm media too, so that's a
Right, I
competitor
gotcha.
for me. I'm going to go talk to somebody else. You can't do me any good.
Right. No, I gotcha.
And so, I'll stand there and talk to you and drink a beer with you, but
Right.
probably will give no more thought for the rest of the day
Sure.
about how you and I could work together in
Right.
any kind of constructive way. I've learned now to start doing that. Listen to the other
Right.
person, listen to their problem, and come up with a way where maybe I could help them address their problem. And it's amazing when you start down that road how quickly things fall together and
Sure.
you develop.
It's interesting when you go out and our businesses serve people. So you're serving people by giving them the information. You're also giving businesses a place where they can advertise. You're that service. My heart is to share people's stories with other people so that they can grow. And that's my passion. So we have this service heart. But it's developed.
Yeah.
I know I'm better because of hanging around my wife for 24 years. So we definitely rub off on each other. I'm glad for that. I married up. So okay, well, let's see. Also, having a solid plan that considers financial and operational goals. Be ready to work at any time. I get that, and staying positive. great. I mean, people don't want to be around a sourpuss, somebody that's been sucking on a dill pickle all day. Nobody wants to be around that person. But having that solid plan that considers financial and operational goals. Talk a little bit about that. We got new business owners. We got folks that are entrepreneurs out there. They're trying to start their business, rev things up, perhaps restarting a business. I'm restarting my podcast after taking a break over the entire 2020. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, that's a whole college course, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, give us the nutshell.
Business and operational plan. Well, you have to have something that's achievable, something that's, like I was talking about breaking into news a while ago.
Right.
It wouldn't be reasonable to think, Susan and I are going to rent an office building, hire a room full of reporters, and we're going to start having a Newport News daily paper every.
Right.
There has to be steps that are achievable to do that. A way to measure your progress. If you have a goal, these are the achievements that would be necessary to take the steps to reach that goal. So just to and financially. How much will it cost to take each of those steps? And am I getting a return on my investment? Am I making a profit? As a new start, and even though we've been in business a year and a half, it still feels in many ways like a new start. Every single dollar that we lay out, first of all, look at, was this something we planned? And if it was, how much did we expect to invest in this? And what will it return? And that's always a question. What will our business get out of this potentially if we spend this money? You start with the absolute necessities in terms of spending.
Right.
And then the operational plan is how you cultivate that investment into a profitable business. And there's no way to explain how that how that process works. The dollars and cents is probably the easy part of the planning.
Gotcha.
It's easy to figure out how much your business license will cost each year, how much it will cost to print your magazine.
Right.
But what the unknowns are is how to get it out there to more people, how to continue to grow your audience. Those are the challenges. And we don't have a solid operational plan for the growth.
Right. Well, that's coming. I mean, it's especially coming with the thoughts of a newspaper.
Yeah.
So wow, fantastic. So, in closing, or as we wrap this up, talk to me about a goal, like a long-term goal for Virginia Peninsula Media.
Our long-term goal is to expand our coverage into areas outside our current core entertainment and culture.
Still focusing on the peninsula, though.
Still focusing on the peninsula. Try to fold hard news into that. And then ultimately, once we can get that established, perhaps continue our expansion. Personally, I see more expansion opportunity going up toward Williamsburg in the Richmond direction. The markets are quite competitive in Norfolk, Virginia Beach, and Chesapeake. Those would be tough places to compete. Not impossible, but those are low margin markets.
Sure.
So,
well, since they've got a saturated market filled with giants, right?
Yes.
This is the area that you love and you're working in, and it doesn't have the services that they have.
Yeah, pick off the easy, the low-hanging fruit first.
Sure. Fantastic. So how do folks reach out to you, your wife, Virginia Peninsula Media? Where can folks kind of connect with you?
Most of our contacts come through our website or our e-newsletter.
And it's vapeninsulamedia.com?
That's right.
Okay.
And that's where you can sign up for our newsletter and interact with us, send us a message through either of those platforms. Our second most common way of meeting potential advertisers and readers is at networking events and out at school and church. And when we go to this weekend, we have Yorktoberfest coming up.
Oh, wow, that's this weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, looking forward to it.
Sunday, yeah.
Try some new beer.
Last week, they'll have lots of beer. Unfortunately, we will not I can't make it. We had
You
other
what?
plans. You know, we
Oh,
don't
come
wanna
on,
be-
man. We can't
I
have a
know.
beer together. Come on, man.
We will not be in town. So.
Okay.
And
Oh, out of town for the game. You're
yeah,
going.
we're
That's
going
right.
to that.
Yeah.
We're going to that Syracuse game, so we'll still be on the road coming back on
Gotcha.
Sunday.
Okay. Well, fantastic. Scott, thank you so very much. Look forward to more. Look forward to perhaps working together in the future and seeing how we can serve one another and reach more people.
Very well, John.
All right.
Thank you for inviting me today.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.